Welcome to Kletus Ray's Roadside Service. Today is Saturday. And I haven't uploaded any podcasts lately. I've been out of town. Been on this derailment. I don't even know where I left off with y'all. But I am in a vac truck and I am leaving right now. Yeah, they wanted us to stay again, and if the Super Bowl wasn't tomorrow for Sunday or whatever, they probably would have had to stay again, but everybody here is a super duper soccer fan or whatever the fuck it is, so they're all they were all pitching and moaning about having to work. They got parties to go to and stuff. Hey, I don't care either way, but I made some damn good money, I'll tell you that right now. And ate a lot of good food, most of it for free. We did go to 54th Street, and I got the rattlesnake pasta. I do like that rattlesnake pasta, I'll tell you. But yeah, I went out with the guys that night, and everybody else wanted to drink. There's four of us. Everybody else wanted to drink, so I said, "All right, you guys go ahead and drink. I'm going to drive the work truck." And they started getting rowdy as hell. My brother, he got hammered off of 1.5 margaritas. Now, I didn't taste the margarita, but the other guys did, and they said that's a strong ass margarita. So I don't know if he just had a full glass of tequila that was pink colored because it was a strawberry one, or if he's just super lightweight. But last night I went out drinking, kind of went out drinking. I got embarrassed. So we're staying at the Drury Inn. And you would think the Drury Inn isn't as good as a Holiday Inn Express. Holiday Inn Express, they have on special occasions, they have free beers or alcohol or wine or whatever out in the lobby for their guests on special occasions. Drury, that's every night. They get you a thing, they get three free drinks. So I got my first one. It was a double whiskey and Coke. And then my second one was just, I was like, I think she put less whiskey in there to leave room for Coke. So I asked for just a whiskey on the next one, and it was a splash. There was a splash of whiskey in this fucking cup with ice. I was like, all right, I see how it is. And I go back to the table and I just, sip it, and it's gone. And then one of my other guys sitting there, he's like, "Hey, you can have my drink card." I said, "Really?" He said, "Yeah, I'm not going to drink." He 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 was hoping his wife and his kids were going to show up. So I said, "All right, dude." And I took that drink card up to the bar, and the lady's like, "You already used up all your drinks." And she took my card, ripped it in half, and threw it in a trash can. And I was like, "Oh, all right, interesting. Um, can I fucking like buy a drink from you then?" She's like, "No." I'm like, "Oh, what the fuck am I? How are you gonna have alcohol here and you're gonna only give me like barely any fucking alcohol? The hell is this, Drury?" So that rubbed me the wrong way, but I felt real embarrassed because she got upset that I tried to use somebody else's fucking card. She ripped that motherfucker up, threw it in the trash, and then refused to serve me. I'm like, wow, I got kicked out of the bar at the Drury Inn already on 3 splashes of whiskey. So what we did is we went down across the street to the gas station, and I bought me a 12-pack, and we sat in the lobby, and I stared at that bartender while I drank probably at least 5 of them. And then, because I was sharing with the other guys that were there, and then we were like, hey, we need more. So we went back to the gas station, and another guy bought a 12-pack, and we fucking drank all those. It was a great time. And I just looked over at that girl. I was like, you fucking suck. How dare you fucking kick me out of your bar because I tried to use somebody else's drink package. What I should have, now I know, trial and error over here. Now I know, gotta have the guy, you're not gonna drink, but I need you to go get me my fucking drink. You have to go get it. And I don't know, if I stay at that same Brewery Inn, I have no idea. I might walk up there and she'll be like, I remember you. You've tried to fucking get free drinks last time. And she'll rip my card up again. I don't know. So the first night we stayed out there, I had no idea that was a thing. We just went to 54th Street and then went back to the hotel, and then I went fucking sleep. But then the second night, all the guys were sitting there. They're like, "Oh yeah, I'll get some free drinks." I'm like, "What are you talking about, free drinks?" So I mean, technically, she should have gave me the other 3 drinks because I didn't know. Nobody informed me of this, and they had free dinner, Swedish meatballs with mashed potatoes, hot dogs, a nacho bar, salad, soup. It was full-fledged dinner time. So whenever I got denied all those drinks, I just decided to fucking take my anger out on the buffet. I said, "This is an all-you-can-eat buffet?" They're like, "Well, no, it's not all you can eat. It's a free dinner." I'm like, "I'm treating it as this is an all-you-can-eat. You didn't give me a card to keep track of how many plates I'm fucking getting. I'm getting 6 plates of these fucking meatballs. Don't fuck with me and my fucking alcohol. I wasn't even tipsy enough at all to even, like, you did nothing for me but piss me off." So, anyways, we sat around, we drank lots of beers and had a good time. I got the guy, well, my brother, he got real pissed off because he was not my brother and another guy, they were both all pissy as fuck because they were like, "Nobody told us we're staying for 2 nights." I'm like, "Shut the fuck up, you fucking nerds." Like, "Oh, we're going home." I'm like, "Okay, well," and this was last night after we were done working. Luckily, we got off early. And they're like, "No, we're not staying." I'm like, "What the fuck are you guys talking about? You're not staying." They're like, "No." And my brother, he's like, "I got plans tomorrow." I was like, "Okay, understand. You have plans tomorrow." I also, if I wasn't working, I would have things going on too. Probably more important what the fuck you got going on. But I don't care what you got going on. Damn, boy. Like, I got you this job, and then now you're gonna, I don't know. He was so mad. He was like on the verge of quitting. He was on the verge of getting reprimanded by just leaving the job site and not having a replacement. So I called up a bunch of people and I got it fixed. I got him replaced. I got the guy behind me. He's the one that drove up last night. He was excited. It was Friday at 4 o'clock. He was excited to go home after a long week. And then he gets called in at the end of the fucking day. Hey, do you want to go drive a dump truck to fucking replace these little fucking assholes that want a little bitch and complain about having to work on the weekend? I mean, I bitch and complain about working on the weekend too, but it's been a slow ass week for me. It's been a slow ass like 2 or 3 weeks for me. So whenever I heard that I could stay another day, I was all for it. And it was kind of, even the boss had mentioned, he's like, well, it's been a slow week. We've had everybody either taking off early or going, just getting 8 hours every day. I thought it, I thought I was doing everybody a favor, but if this is the way people are going to act, maybe we just won't, because we didn't have to stay up in St. Joe. They could have made us not stay in St. Joe and wake up at fucking 2 a.m. to get out here by 6. They could have done that. They could have said, well, you have to be there at 6:30, no matter what, and with no hotel. But they didn't do that. They let you stay out here, and they're paying you. We just got a raise for our per diem. They raised it up another $10, so they're, and then they gave us another $100 worth of boots, which is wonderful. $250 boot voucher and $65 in per diem. Nice. And they just want to piss it all away. They're like, we don't. I don't know, but I was happy with it. They bought well, they didn't buy dinners, but they bought lunches. That was fucking awesome. And I didn't go one day without eating 2 of the lunches. One day I ate 3 lunches, just the way I was. But whatever. The guys that came out and replaced, hey, they were pretty good too. The dump truck driver, a little bit better, less bitchy, more easy to deal with. And then the guy that my brother, he mainly, well, we had a really slow day. There was like, we didn't even work. We just sat in trucks on our phones the whole fucking day, basically. So I don't know what they were bitching about having to work. I'm like, it's not even work. And then it's 3:40 and we're going home. And the plans that my brother had weren't till 6 today. And I was like, I tried reasoning with them. I'm like, there's a chance we're gonna get to go home kind of early. How about that? No, he didn't want to do it. So I hate to talk shit on him, but that really pissed me off. Got my brother and he's over here throwing a fucking tantrum because he wants to go home. He's got plans. And look, he would have made it. I understand if I had something I really needed to do, but hey, I would have brought that shit up in the morning, not at the end of the day. Because they told us in the morning, they're like, we're staying tonight again. And and that was before we did any work. We had all Friday morning from 6:30 to 4 to figure it out. And they waited till 4 to even mention it to anybody. I don't know. I'm kind of glad there was 2 of them, because if it was just my brother, that I'd be even more mad, because it would have been, he's the only problem in the fucking group right now. But there was 2 of them, so it actually worked out because it was more of a priority. They're like, hey, we got 2 guys that are like ready to fucking leave the job site. I don't know. They might not get to go out of town anymore if that's the way they're gonna act. And I like going out of town. but it has been a while since I've seen the kids. And then I just happened to be like in the middle of shit the whole time, and then by the time I realized I need to call the house and talk to my family, uh, it was just my wife because the kids were asleep, and also like I like to talk to the kids and stuff, but I get them riled up on the phone, and then it's like, and it's hard to explain to them that no, I'm not coming home tonight. I just wanted to talk to you, and then they get all sad. So I think maybe not talking to them was a better thing, and now I'm just gonna go home and I'll get to see them as soon as I get there. Get cleaned up and changed, and then go see the kids, and then hang out with them all night, and then all day tomorrow. And then I don't know what's happening next week. I don't know. I hope I get to come back out. That would be cool if I could come back out. And but we had two wheel loaders, and I had never ran a wheel loader, but I am now a professional wheel loader because I've ran it for 2 days, well, 3 days almost. So I'm a professional wheel loader operator. The excavators, those were both taken up by the master excavator guys over there. And I was on the other side of the tracks. I was loading rock. So we had one guy, the excavators were digging holes and then loading the dump trucks with bad dirt, diesel soaked dirt. And then they were dumping it in a pile, and I had to keep that pile pushed up so we had room for it. And then I had to go over, and we had a bunch of rock brought in. Yesterday, they brought in 30 loads of rock, 30 end dumps of rock. It was a lot of fucking rock, and I had to keep that pile as they were coming in. I had to keep the pile pushed up, and then as the trucks were needing to get loaded, I had to load them. We had two dump trucks running, a little dump truck and a big dump truck. But and then the vac truck just sat there all yesterday. It didn't move at all, and we were done with it. And I'm glad I didn't have to fuck with the vac truck at all, because the vac truck, you're standing there, and then they're like, you might as well here's a shovel, even though there's like kids, well, not kids, but other guys just sitting in a pickup truck playing on their phone all fucking day. I'm at the vac truck and I have to be out there, so they're like, here's a shovel. I don't know if I even brought that up, but I got real pissed off in my own mind. And I did tell a couple people, but I was like, are you fucking kidding me? We have a mini excavator sitting right here, and you're going to hand me a fucking shovel and tell me to get in the ditch and start shoveling? I'm like, the mini X is made for doing what I'm doing. How about you fucking leave me the fuck alone? I didn't show it, I just did it, but I was really upset. I was like, there's two fucking newbies sitting in a pickup truck sharing fucking memes, and I'm running the vac truck and digging a hole? This ain't right. This ain't right. And every time I asked the dude, I was like, hey man, the mini excavator would fit down in this hole, and I could do a lot better job with the mini excavator. What happened to working smarter, not harder? Because that's what this guy's like motto is. And I'm like, this is exactly what that means. And you're having me work way fucking hard compared to everybody else here. And I was literally the only person to do any manual labor on this entire job the entire fucking time. Everybody else brought in machines and stuff. And I learned later on that when you're on a job site with the guy that was telling me to dig a fucking hole with a shovel, Don't ever ask him for permission for anything. You just act like you know what the fuck you're doing and start doing it. Because he doesn't he he, he acts like he's smart and he knows a lot of shit, but when it actually comes to getting the shit done, he's not. He doesn't really know. He just has little suggestions here and there. But if you ask him, "Hey man, I'm going to grab this Mini X and hop in there," he's going to have an opinion. So don't eat. You'd better just grab the piece of machinery and fucking do what you want to do rather than ask permission. Because if you ask this guy for permission, he's going to have an opinion and have a reason why you shouldn't do that. And really, he's just sitting there watching the whole thing. And he the worst part of it is he was overseeing the entire job, but he put the paperwork on the other dude. The other, like the manager that was out there, the supervisor that was out there. He's the big boss. And then all he's doing is sitting in his F-150 the whole fucking time. And he made the supervisor that was out there do all the fucking paperwork. It was pretty fucking ridiculous. I got a fucking van on my ass. If you're not exiting right here, I'm going to slow the fuck down. Okay. Jesus. How are you on my ass like that? Not cool. Um. So yeah, I mean, all in all, once I finally was able to grab a piece of machinery and get away from that fucking guy, things were wonderful since then on. Because I was in the piece of machinery, but I was just excited to be in it. The times that I could be sitting still, not doing shit, I was still like cleaning up my piles and making the road better and accepting the rock and loading the dump trucks and offloading the dump trucks and helping this guy with that thing. And I was running around doing shit. But there was definitely a lot of people, and I'm not holding it against them, but there was a lot of people that were allowed to just sit in a truck and not do shit. They were just bodies in case. I don't even know what the case would have been, but they were just there. And today we had two, well, we had one basically. We had one person today that I didn't see him get out of the truck once. Well, he got out twice to piss. And other than that, his ass was in a truck on the phone charger, absorbing data off of Facebook through his eyeballs, which is fine because I did get to sit a little bit here and there, and I got to listen to a bunch of podcasts, listen to music, eat food. And then I actually, today I offered to go get the lunch because usually they send the guy that's sitting in the truck not doing shit to go get lunch. But I had called them while we were working and I said, hey, you guys aren't doing shit. Can you guys run up to the drugstore and grab me some stuff? Because I need it. Because I left my omeprazole at home and I needed it real bad. Like, because it's been 3 days since I've taken a pill. And they were like, no, we can't leave. I'm like, motherfuckers. I was like, all right, well, how about this? Whenever it gets to lunchtime, I'm going to get lunch. He said, yeah, that's fine. I said, better be fucking fine. So when lunchtime hit, I ran over to the diner, walked in there, ordered 12 meals, double cheeseburgers, fully loaded with french fries. And then I left and I went to the Dollar General. The Dollar General in St. Joe, I mean, just imagine what that's like. Not good at all. A bunch of fucking weirdos work there and shop there and live around there and drive on the roads out there. It is just not good time. So I run into the diner. I order the stuff. I get in the truck and I drive down the road. 3 minutes down the road, and I find the Dollar General. I run in there and I go. I look through all the fucking aisles. I finally found the medicine aisle that I needed, and I grab the medicine and I run straight to the register. And right as I was going to the register, 3 different people were headed to the register, and there's already somebody at the register complaining about coupons on cases of soda. And they could still be there complaining about the coupons for the sodas because they didn't, nothing had changed. The lady at the register rang up and canceled her order about 6 times and then kept trying to apply this coupon. And I'm like, will you guys get the fuck out of my way? I need to take these pills right now. And then I have lunch. I have a lunch order I have to go get picked up because they were like, yeah, we do it really quick. Be back in 10 minutes. I was gone for 30. And most of it was waiting in the line at the Dollar General. And then, so I'm waiting in line. There's a girl in front of me. A guy, a girl, me, and then another lady, old lady, and then another dude that had walked up. They were behind me. And then the register lady told another person to come over and open up a register. She goes over there. She takes care of the dude. The dude was next in line. Makes sense, right? The dude goes over there. Everybody that was behind me runs over and gets behind dude. I thought the line was started here, and then you either went left or you went right. But this is where the line is. Like me and this girl are clearly in line waiting to buy shit. These fucking dipshits behind me totally cut the line, and then both of them, no, there's 3 of them, and they all had special shit they had to do. I'm standing there with fucking one thing of pills. I'm like, the one guy, he's like, oh, yeah, can I get, I don't know what the fuck he was getting. He got something from behind the counter, and it was the wrong thing, so he had to grab a couple different things. I think it might have been fucking vape pods or whatever. I don't know. Then there was an old lady that was standing there, and she was trying to get scrapbooking materials or some shit. I don't fucking know. And then there was another dude that was, I don't know. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? And the girl that was standing in front of me, she kept looking back at me like I was going to go jump in that line. And I was like, if you want to get out of here anytime soon, you need to go get in that fucking line. Because I am not going to cut you, for sure. She went over there and got taken care of. And then I go up and I spent maybe 15 seconds at the register. And we're back. I just got a call from the supervisor out on that job. You know what he just told me? He said, you know what? I just want to let you know that you ran the hell out of that wheel loader today. I said, oh my gosh, I'm going to put that on my headstone. What a nice thing you could say to me. You know how to get to my freaking heart. If you compliment me on my operating abilities, you have my fucking attention and my, the level of love I have for that man right now. Woo, boy. Well, so I thought he was a good wheel loader operator also. I thought like he was going to be like, I'll show you how to run it. But when I went to go get lunch, he's the one that hopped in it and took over for me. He's like, I might fuck this up. I was like, I don't know what you're saying. All right, whatever. I'm going to go get lunch real quick. I need my pills. I go get lunch. I come back, and he's like scrambling to get out of the fucking. He's like, hurry, get back in this. I cannot fucking do it. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, I don't know. I know how to run these things, but I don't know how to do it like real good and stuff. I'm like, what? It was kind of a shock to me. I was like, there ain't no way you're not good at this. Because he's a big guy, and usually big guys operate big machinery. But nah, he's like, I don't know how to run this thing. He's like, I can get trucks loaded, but I can't like scoop a lot of rock. And I'm like, oh well, here, let me. He's like, don't even tell me. I don't want to know. He's like, you just keep doing it the way you've been doing it. I'm like, all right, all right. And I just figured it out on my own. Nobody came over and really gave me any pointers on anything. They just said, here's the wheel loader. Hop in and have fun. And I did. And I figured it out all on my own. But yeah, at the beginning, I was just running into the pile and then tilting up and then dumping it in the bed of the truck or bed of the dump truck. And then one of the other guys that is probably a good operator, he's like, hey, you need to put it in first gear. You're running out of power. Well, it turns out you don't need to put it in first gear. I don't know what this transmission is, but it's basically just a governor. So first and fourth are the exact same, except fourth you can go 15 miles an hour, and in first you can go like 3 or 4 miles an hour. So I left it in fourth gear. Once I figured it out, and you you tilt forward just a hair. Well, not a hair, a little more than a hair, but you tilt the bucket forward, and you run into the pile on the throttle. But you can't be hard on the throttle. Once you hit the pile, you got to let off the throttle a little bit, but not all the way. You want to keep that momentum going, but you don't want to do a burnout. You don't want to dig yourself a hole with your tires. So you run into the pile, let off the throttle, and then you start curling up and lifting up at the same time. And that just scoops, you get a full scoop of rock every time doing it that way. And I just figured that out on my own. I thought that there's another guy over there that he's 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 a he's an operator for sure. That's all he fucking does for this company is operate machinery. And I thought he was going to come over and give me some pointers, but he never showed up over there. He just stayed on his side in an excavator. He didn't give a fuck. But he did. That's another guy that said something to me yesterday. Uh, it was right before we all went to the bar or whatever. He's like, "Man, you're doing good loads, really good loads on them rock. I'm real happy with it." I'm like, "Whoa, are you serious?" He's like, "Yeah, you're doing a good job. You ran one of those before?" I was like, "No, yesterday like 3 times, but today, I just learned today, really, what most of the buttons do. There's still a few buttons I don't even know what the fuck they do, but I'm not going to hit them because I don't I don't know. I feel like I'm getting full operation out of the machine. I don't need to find any more buttons to hit." He's like, "Yeah, you're doing a good job. You're getting those dump trucks really full. I like it." So I was out on a job site with another guy, and he was only giving me like half dump truck loads. Like as soon as he could see rock in the back of the dump truck, he that's where he would load it to. I was like, "Oh no, dude." I mean, if I was sending the trucks out on the road, I would do a little bit more trying to figure out where the sweet spot is for them not being overweight. But we're on railroad property. I am loading them. I am getting it to where rock is falling out of the sides. I'm loading it as much as I can fucking load it. And then send them on their way because I'm like, yeah, why? Yeah, you guys are going through the rock quick. So if I send you small loads, you're gonna be waiting the whole fucking day, and this is gonna take a long ass time. So I'm sending you as full loads as I can possibly do. And that's what the small dump truck was today, was hauling the rock. The other dump truck, the bigger dump truck, was hauling dirt. And the bigger dump truck, yeah, I mean, I was developing plans. I was like, I know I'm going to load the right side of my bucket so I can load closer to the tailgate because I always load on the driver's side. Uh, I don't know. That's just the way they rolled up to me. And then grab a left-hand bucket, and I can load it more up towards the headache rack. And then grab just a big full scoops and dump it right in the middle until it all. I don't know. I just develop my own little, and that's the way I like to really do things. Is I mean, somebody can come over and give me little pointers here and there, and sometimes it is very helpful. But a lot of the times, it's just like I need 15 minutes by myself, and I bet you I'm going to be okay. Because there are some guys that, whenever you get a piece of machinery or something, and they're like, oh yeah, you got to do it this way, and then you're like, okay, and then you start doing it that way, and then they stay with you the whole time, and then you're like, well, I want to do it a little bit different. I think it's more efficient to do it this way. And then they start yelling at you. They're like, no, 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 don't do it that way. Don't do it that way. Do it this way. And then then they want you to do it their way. And it's like, what? Well, I don't know. And a lot of people, they don't give you a chance. They'll stick you in a piece of machinery, and then they'll be like, all right, you're no good. And then they'll kick you out of it and find somebody else to get in it. And it's like, no, give me 15 minutes by myself. Like, you go the fuck away. I want to do this by myself. I can figure things out myself. I promise I can. I know I'm a silly fucking dude and I play a dumbass at work most of the time whenever I'm around a bunch of people just to fucking get people to smile and laugh a little bit. But whenever it comes to like operating shit, nobody wants to give me a chance. But whenever that you do give me a chance, you'll actually see what I can do. And I don't know. I'm leaning more towards, I might be one of the best fucking operators out here if I get a chance to figure out that excavator. I'll be unstoppable. I guess one of my weaknesses is I don't know. I don't know what my weakness is actually. I don't know. Maybe that I don't stick up for myself enough. Probably is my biggest weakness. Where I'm like, I should start cussing people out and telling them, hey, no, you get the fuck out of the piece of machinery. I'm gonna run it. But I don't know. I wish I was super good on a skid steer and I could do like wheelies and shit. And so like I could get in one and they're like, oh, this guy doesn't know how to run this thing, and then just start fucking doing wheelies and balancing and fucking shit and just driving around. But no, I know how to fucking do this. I haven't had enough time in a skid steer or enough room and enough unsupervision to figure it out. But I will figure it out. Just got to make sure you don't fuck it up in the process. Because if you fuck up during the learning process, they ain't gonna trust you ever. But yeah, no, had a good time. I can't believe I got 2 compliments on my wheel loading abilities. And then like the one dude that's a really good operator out there, he's the one that started the dirt pile. And I was making my dirt pile just a little bit taller than his, just to kind of show him that, yeah, this is where I'm at. Another thing that I definitely could have gone a lot faster. It would have been way too like bumpy and jerky in the cab, so I was going a little slow. But um, yeah, I just didn't want to fuck my in the morning when I had a full cup of coffee. That shit was splashing all over the inside of the cab, and I was like, all right, I just need to slow the fuck down a little bit. And so I just kept that pace the rest of the day, going slow, making, the faster you go, you're not going to get a bigger scoop going faster. I got the same scoop going slow as I did fast. Well, actually, it was bigger scoop going slower. You just put that bucket in there. You kind of like face the bucket at the pile, and then as you're going into it, you're scooping it up. You're just tilting back, scoop, and then raising up, scooping it up. The only thing is, I wish that wheel loader, and I'm pretty sure I could figure it out, but it's got the auto level deal on it. So as you're raising up and tilting down, like it'll tilt for you, and it won't let you tilt at certain spots and stuff because it wants to keep it level or whatever. And if I could have got that to turn off, I could have, you know, probably got bigger scoops, but then it would have been more manhandling the fucking joystick there, keeping it level as I'm going into the. But if I wish there should have been a button or something I could have hit that would allow me to get a scoop without the auto level and then turn the auto level on when I go to load, because the auto level when I go to load was convenient. Because as you're lifting, I like to get close to the truck, not super close, but I like to be kind of close to the truck before I lift it up super high in the air, because it hitting them ruts and shit with it way up in the air made your butt pucker a little bit. You're like, oh shit, you're just waving side to side. But no, we had a good time. I'm just so happy I was able to achieve that with the wheel loader. And I really want to put some forks on the wheel loader now. Fucking forklift, fucking operator right here. I bet you I could do real good with the forks on that thing. It does get a little jerky, like whenever you're turning sideways, because the wheel loaders, they like bend in half. So sometimes you're turning and going up and down and trying to get a load, but you ain't got enough ass to turn and get a load most of the time. But no, had a great time. So they got the rail put back in last night, and that's why we were sitting a lot yesterday. And we took off kind of early, is because they were working on the rail and there was nothing for us to really do. So that today, after they got the rail installed again, they wanted us to dig like another 6 to 10 foot wide next to the rail and check to see if there was any diesel contaminated soil there also. Because we already had like a 30-foot wide patch that we had dug out 6 foot down, 4 to 6 foot down for, I don't know, like 300 feet or so. That's a lot of fucking dirt. But I don't know. Everything we had today was almost everything was a rental. One of our dump trucks and one of our excavators. That's all we had that was like ours. The other shit was all rentals from the cat and equipment share. And they had us stage all that stuff right before we left so they could come pick it all up. And I'm like, what? No way. But I have no idea. I don't know if we're done or if we're going to come back out there and need all that shit again. But I don't know if I'm even going to come back out here. I think they're going to send both the dump trucks back out here and then maybe just re-rent one wheel loader, or just have our excavator out there. I don't know, because the excavator could do it all, and the guy they have out there is going to continue to run that excavator, I'm pretty sure. I don't know. And then I was kind of curious because we had a frac tank sitting out there that was empty. It was clean, empty, had just been delivered. And then we had the vac truck that I'm driving right now, and it had half a tank of liquid on it. And I was like, do you really want to dirty the frac tank? They're like, yeah. I'm like, why? Why though? Why not just leave it loaded in the vac truck and take it to the shop? Seems odd to dirty a frac tank with so little amount of liquid, because there's like 1,200 gallons. And luckily, while I was doing a couple of last loads of rock, somebody else grabbed the vac truck and took it over there and offloaded it out, because I was getting a little anxious that we were all going to be done and they were going to say, oh, hey, Kletus, you need to go get the vac truck and dump it off, and then you can leave. And then everybody else left, because most of the people left 45 minutes before I even knew they were gone. I was like, what? Where is everybody? The big boss, the supervisor, the guy sitting in the truck all day, they were gone. Luckily, they made it to the shop and they went ahead and opened the gate for us and left it open. So when I get back to the shop, I just got to fuel up and park it. But I ain't got to open the gate and shit. And then there's still a bunch of people on their way. So hopefully I can get fueled up and parked, and then I ain't going to have to shut the gate. I can just get the fuck out of there, go home. And I got to let him know when we're done working. Still working as of right now. But yeah, it was a good time. It was a good time. The hotel wasn't too bad. Yeah, really, the only thing at the hotel that I have anything to complain about is the bartender ripping up my card and kicking me out of the bar. Other than that, everything was great. But after that, I'm like, I don't know, man. I'm gonna go back to the fucking Holiday Inn from here on out. The Drury Inn, yeah, that was nice, but fuck, you rubbed me the wrong way, Drury Inn. You want a lifelong customer, you better fucking start respecting me and letting me have free alcohol, you fuckers. Oh man. So yeah, it's a really good time. I've eaten 2, 5, 6, 7 cheeseburgers, 7 double cheeseburgers from this fucking diner. I've eaten 7 of them in 4 days. It's a lot of fucking cheeseburgers. And then I also ate 2 Phillies from there. And then they only got fries. But the one operator, the real big operator guy, this morning at the Monday meeting, he's like, I don't know who's in charge of lunch today, but if you show up with that little fucking sandwich, I'm gonna be pissed. And unfortunately that was my brother. He was in charge of getting lunch yesterday, and he went out, and I was like, don't get fucking cheeseburgers. Get something different. Because, like I said, I've eaten a lot of fucking cheeseburgers from there recently. So he went there and he got Philly cheesesteaks, and it was a 6-inch hoagie with not very good Philly cheese stuff on it. It was not very good at all. I mean, it was food, but it was like, what the fuck is this? So luckily I was able to get 2 of them. And then also my brother, he asked how many people we had, and he ordered the exact number for the amount of people we had there today. I asked the guy, I said, how many people am I buying for? He said 11. So I ordered 12. And when I got back, I said 2 people had already, 2 project managers, they had already taken off and they went to go eat lunch by themselves. I was like, what the fuck? Like, how are you not going to let us know? And I bought 12. You say 11, I'm going to go ahead and buy 12 just in case. And maybe I can get 2 meals. But there ended up being like 3 or 4 extra meals. So I got 2 of them. Somebody else got, there had to have been more than that. I got 2 of them. somebody else got 2 of them, and then one guy, as we were just leaving, we were looked in the back of the truck, and there was still 2 meals in there. So I took one, and the other guy took one. So I got another one sitting here, but I don't know if I'm going to even eat it. It's been sitting out since lunch. So I don't know. I might eat it. I might throw it away because I don't know if my gut can handle an 8th cheeseburger from that fucking place. Man, and sitting in that loader was nice, dude. Yeah, I had heat, AC, multiple windows, a power outlet, a radio, multiple cup holders, room for my cooler. I was able to get my jacket off. I was able to wear my regular hat instead of wearing the fucking hard hat and shit. Uh, I was just having a. I looked like I belonged in that fucking thing. That's what I looked like. The worst thing that happened to me in that loader was my coffee, my brand new coffee, fucking just sloshing all over the place because there's 2 cup holders. One cup holder's loose as a goose, the other one is pretty tight, and I had it in the loose as a goose one. Will you fucking pussies hurry the fuck up? These fucking idiots. This fucking lifted F-250 fucking badass thing, and he slows down to fucking 2 miles an hour to go across the railroad tracks. I'm like, what the fuck? And then so I waited on him, and then a fucking Dodge Charger came flying down and basically jumped the fucking tracks. I'm ready to get the fuck out of here. And my shit's beeping at me because I was supposed to log into this truck, and I don't think I logged into it yet. So I'm gonna have to log into it and accept the logs. Yeah, I listened to a few podcasts, but I don't know. I wasn't able to really focus on the podcast. So I didn't listen to any of the Joe Rogan ones. I should have, but now I got them saved up. I'm behind on Joe Rogan's for sure. If you were turning here, I was gonna. Brad, what is he doing in the brand new pickup truck? Sorry, I shouldn't use people's names from work, but there's a guy at work. He's got. Usually he has an old red, kind of junky looking Chevy truck, and he just rolled in a brand new GMC Sierra 2500. He waved at me. I was like, "Who the hell is that?" I wonder if he got a new truck. Does this thing need def? Yeah, it could use a little def. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and leave it there. Y'all have a great day. Keep all 18 down. Adios.